When the kids come of age, it's all theirs in trust, but Michael's siblings get nothing.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be looking at the most infamous familial disputes that erupted following the death of a famous person.
It was all about the money. We became the Bank of Kasem, the personal ATM machine.
Ozzy Osbourne. Even before his death in July 2025, the relationship between the children of heavy metal icon Ozzy Osbourne wasn't exactly harmonious. The family exploded to fame in the early 2000s with their MTV reality show, The Osbournes.
I bet you do when you go out.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yes, you do.
I bet you go.
Please spare me, seriously.
But Osbourne's daughter Amy famously moved out as a teenager after refusing to take part. Since then, her bond with siblings Kelly and Jack has only worsened. In 2021, Kelly even admitted publicly that they still don't get along.
Oh, you don't talk at all? Mm-mm. Okay, never mind then.
We're just really different.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand me. I don't understand her.
Fair.
This strained dynamic seemed evident when the siblings reunited at their father's funeral a week after his passing. With an estimated $230 million fortune and assets spread across multiple continents, the divvying up of Osbourne's estate will likely further deepen the rift among them.
Ozzy's family continues to say that he was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time.
Robin Williams. Robin Williams' shocking death in August 2014 triggered a painful legal battle within his family. The dispute was between his widow, Susan, and his 3 children from previous marriages over his $100 million estate.
We're chasing it and there's no answers, and by now we tried everything.
Susan sued the children, claiming she was entitled to the Tiburon, California home she shared with Williams and everything inside it. She also sought funds for living expenses and upkeep of the property.
Schneider's petition suggests she should have personal items from their home, like the tuxedo Williams wore at their wedding less than 3 years ago.
However, Williams' children argued that she was, quote, adding insult to a terrible injury by trying to alter the terms of their father's will, which reportedly left all of his properties to them. Ultimately, both sides reached a settlement in 2015. Susan retained the Tiburon house and some personal belongings, while the children received the majority of their father's memorabilia.
My brothers and I have not at any point since Dad's death been invited to or visited his and Susan's house in Tiburon, nor have we removed anything from it.
Joan Crawford. Unlike many celebrities who pass away with a clear will, Joan Crawford left behind detailed instructions for her $2 million estate. The Oscar-winning icon divided her assets among her 2 youngest children, Cindy and Kathy, a few close friends, and her favorite charities. But 2 names were noticeably missing: her eldest children, Christina and Christopher.
What do you think was wrong with her? Do you think she was mentally ill? I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm a survivor.
In fact, Crawford explicitly stated that she was excluding them, quote, for reasons which are well known to them. The siblings contested the will, claiming that Kathy and her husband had influenced their mother's decision. Ultimately, the court sided with them and awarded them a $55,000 settlement.
It's not like it was worth it, but it helped you a little bit. Well, I think it's important, Joy, to give back. Yes. And I've always tried to do that. Yeah.
Christina would go on to write the shocking expose Mommy Dearest, which painted Crawford as a cruel and controlling figure.
A daughter! Who cares as much about the beautiful dresses I'd give her as she cares about me?
Mickey Rooney. Once one of Hollywood's highest paid actors, Mickey Rooney left behind an estate worth only $18,000 when he died in April 2014. His fortune had been drained by failed marriages, mismanagement, and alleged elder abuse by his stepson, Christopher Aber.
I was eventually and completely stripped of the ability to make even the most basic decisions.
In his will, Rooney disinherited his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, leaving his entire estate to another stepson, Mark Aber, who had cared for him in his final years. This decision was challenged by Rooney's last wife, Jan Chamberlain, who claimed he had been under undue influence.
The expert says it may be Rooney's signature, but the stark differences reveal he could have signed it under duress or under the influence of drugs.
With so little money to fight over, the family dispute turned to his burial. Jan and Christopher wanted him buried in a modest family plot, while Mark insisted on the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. In the end, Mark won.
The family's concerned with this sudden onset that something nefarious may have led to his sudden death. He appeared to be in good health, and then the next thing they know, he's dead and he's changed his will.
Bob Marley. When he died in May 1981, reggae icon Bob Marley left no will. As a result, his $30 million estate fell under Jamaican estate laws, which granted about 55% to his wife Rita and divided the remainder among his children.
You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank.
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life, forever.
However, the family was denied rights to his image, which left the estate vulnerable to intense legal battles. Business associates, former collaborators, and even people claiming to be Marley's children all sought a share of his fortune.
So you guys have how many brothers and sisters? I know that's a complicated question.
I think it's 12.
In a misguided attempt to protect the estate, Marley's attorney and accountant convinced Rita to forge his name on backdated documents. When this scheme was uncovered, she was removed as a trustee. Eventually, in 1991, the Jamaican Supreme Court ruled that Rita and Marley's children held exclusive rights to his name, likeness, and image.
It's sort of easy for us because it's a family affair, and it goes with the instinct of it's in you.
James Brown. It took 15 years for the family of singer James Brown to finally settle his estate. Brown passed away in 2006, leaving behind assets estimated between $5 and $100 million, and more than a dozen lawsuits were filed to partake of that fortune.
They wanted to paint this picture that we were lying, we just wanted more money, and that was it.
His last partner, Tommy Ray Heine, was however excluded after their marriage was deemed invalid because she was still legally married to another man. The family dispute extended beyond money, as they also disagreed on how he should be buried.
Did Mr. Brown have the right to expect that his will and trust would be enforced by the court? Absolutely.
As a result, Brown's body remained inside a gold coffin in the cold storage of a funeral home for 2 months. In 2021, a settlement was finally reached, with Brown's music royalties going towards establishing scholarships for underprivileged children in South Carolina and Georgia.
James Brown's family is shocked to learn that the majority of the musician's estate will not go to them. Instead, it will go towards the education of needy children.
Casey Kasem. Legendary radio host Casey Kasem hadn't even died before his family became locked in a bitter feud. As his health declined from Lewy body dementia, Kasem's children accused his second wife, Jean, of isolating him and preventing them from visiting.
We are an extremely close-knit family, extremely, and his family means more to him than anything. So why she is blocking us it's
dumbfounding, really.
After his passing in June 2014, the conflict worsened. Kasem's children filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Jean, alleging elder abuse and claiming that her actions hastened their father's decline.
Jean killed my father. Whether it was premeditated or whether it was just by her careless actions. If someone killed your father, wouldn't you want justice?
Jean denied these accusations and countersued. She accused the children of similar misconduct and argued that they only wanted a share of Kasem's $100 million estate. The dispute also extended to his burial. While his children wanted him interred in Los Angeles, Jean had his body flown to Norway and buried there against their wishes.
My dad's never been to Norway. She's not Norwegian.
What is going on here?
When you tell so many lies, you get caught up in them.
Jimi Hendrix. The death of Jimi Hendrix in September 1970 sparked a bitter family dispute that would drag on for decades. Because he left no will, control of his estate went to his father Al, who excluded Jimmy's younger brother Leon.
Along with occasional lump sums, Al receives around $75,000 a year in royalties, and to him it's more money than he's ever seen in his lifetime.
At first, the estate was modest, but as his music continued to sell, its value grew enormously. After Al's death in 2002, he left the estate, by then worth an estimated $80 million, to his adopted daughter, Janie Hendrix, who further tightened the grip on Jimmy's image and music rights.
And then there's, trademark. You have to make sure you stay on your trademark, because if you don't use it, you lose it, and you have to make sure you protect your trademarks.
Since then, Janie has blocked any attempt by Leon to profit from the Hendrix name. Although the family reached a settlement in 2015, Janie took Leon back to court in 2021 for trying to use the name commercially.
After he died, I was cut out of the will. And the whole Hendrix family, in fact.
Michael Jackson. Ever since his sudden death in June 2009, Michael Jackson's estate has generated over $2 billion. Needless to say, control over these immense assets has caused ongoing tensions in his family.
Michael's siblings all have different motives. Some passionately care about the kids, some want the money that go with the kids, some want the money.
In his will, Jackson left his estate to his mother, Catherine, his 3 children, and several charities, while excluding his siblings and his father, Joseph. They soon challenged the will's validity, claiming that the Jackson's signature was forged, but their case was dismissed.
They're crying conspiracy over his death, calling the will fake, flawed, and fraudulent, claiming the executors are stressing out Grandma.
The disputes soon extended to Jackson's chosen executors, as some siblings tried unsuccessfully to pressure them into resigning. Even Jackson's daughter Paris accused the executors in 2025 of skimming money from the estate.
And she's saying, hey, wait a minute. 3 law firms are claiming $625,000 in fees, and here's the problem. She says 2 of them have already been paid.
With an ever-growing posthumous brand, it's hard to see an end to the battles over Jackson's fortune.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Prince. To see how chaotic things can become when a wealthy celebrity dies without a will, look no further than the case of Prince.
He did not have a will. That is severely complicating matters, and we're going to see its bitter effects this week because the family is headed to court for the first time over his massive fortune.
The legendary musician passed away in April 2016, leaving behind neither a spouse nor children. As a result, his 6 siblings immediately laid claim to his $156 million estate, and they were eventually declared his legal heirs.
In addition to Prince's 6 siblings, Heir Hunters International says they found a 7th potential heir, a teenage grandniece, the granddaughter of another one of Prince's half-brothers who died years ago.
But even among themselves, the siblings couldn't agree on how the estate should be divided, which often sent the case in and out of court. The legal battles dragged on for 6 years, during which 2 of the siblings also died. Finally, in 2022, a settlement was reached, splitting the estate between 3 of the siblings and a music company that purchased the others' shares.
You've got 2 groups now. You've got one group with Prince OAT, and then you have our group, which is family and friends of Prince.
What are your thoughts on these cases? Let us know in the comments.
His intention was to not have this in the courts. As an intensely private person, Mr. Williams wouldn't have wanted this.